Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap, where I discuss news regarding the Hudson County real estate market as well as market activity over the past week. Looking at some news really quick. A couple articles came out this week that work has begun at Harborside number 8. Which is right behind Harborside here. I think this is building 5 along the waterfront, basically downtown Jersey City. You have the Harborside Financial District, which is over here by Crystal Point, right here. So here's Crystal Point on the waterfront, 2 2nd Street. Here's Harborside Financial, and then you have this big vacant lot. And they're going to be building residential apartments, it looks like rental apartments on this vacant lot. And they broke ground here. So I'll link this article down below, but looks like work has begun here, 68-story building that's going to be built here on this lot. Also, another article that plans have been submitted for a 2,055 unit 3-tower project just south of 88 Morgan Street. So if I just zoom back over here, here's 88 Morgan Street. This big lot here is going to have they're proposing 3 towers, over 2,000 residential apartments on this lot. So I'm not surprised. This has been vacant for a very long time. And when 88 Morgan is a condo building, it's always been known that some of these units will have views impacted. I don't know yet how the buildings are going to be designed and how they're going to impact the south side views here. But basically, a lot of development is going to be happening over the next 5 years in downtown Jersey City. And when customers ask me, like, are views protected? Unfortunately, they're not. They're never guaranteed. And you could see here just from an aerial shot how many vacant lots are in this area that have not been developed yet. So you have this one here, one here, one here, and others, another one here. So you have a lot of vacant lots in this area. Jersey City is going through a massive redevelopment, started, I would say, in the early 2000s, and now it's been gaining traction ever since then. So you have a lot of new high rises coming to the area. I'll link these articles down below, and you can check those out from Jersey Digs. Also linked down below on YouTube, you'll find the market snapshot for over the past week in the waterfront areas from downtown Jersey City to Hoboken all the way up to North Bergen and Guttenberg. As far as how many homes are for sale, what it was like last week, the pace at which each market is selling, the absorption rates, how much months of supply we have. As I mentioned previously, when you're at less than 6 months of supply, moving towards 1 month, you're into a seller's market. When you're going 6 months or greater, you're trending into a buyer's market. So right now, Guttenberg is in buyer market territory. Everything else is, I would say, in a seller market territory. And you can see how many homes went under contract in the past month in these areas. And then year to date, how many properties have sold. So that's linked down below. This updates every week, and I'll link it down below on YouTube. As far as the market goes, in the past week, there have been 110 properties that have offers accepted on them that have gone under contract in the Hudson County Multiple Listing Service. These properties had an average list price of $739,000 and a median list price of $599,000. These numbers are down. Last week, it was $817,000 was the average and $724 for the median. So the properties that have gone under contract were in a lower price point. They averaged 35 days in the market. Median days in the market was 24. Last week, it was 45 days as the average and 32 the median. So about the same, a little bit faster pace for these properties. But 110 properties have gone under contract in the past week. Looking through the list, a few that stood out to me. In Hoboken, you had 1125 Maxwell Lane, unit 654. This is a 2-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,513 square foot unit with a large private terrace at Maxwell Place. This is in 1125 Maxwell, which is the second phase. This listed for $2,950,000, on the market 65 days. I was in this property about 5-6 years ago when it sold. It has direct views of New York City, so it's looking directly east towards New York. So this property is all view, facing towards New York. And it looks like they did some work in the kitchen. It has this walkout, large walkout patio / terrace that's private to this unit. Maxwell Place, built by Toll Brothers. This building was built around 2008. It has parking on site as well as a 24-hour concierge. The 1125 Maxwell building has the outdoor pool, the on-site fitness center, has the residence lounge, the theater area. So you have most of the amenities for Maxwell are housed in this building. So everything is right on site. And that property has gone under contract at 1125 Maxwell Lane, listed for $2,950,000, on the market for 65 days. In downtown Jersey City, I was in this property a couple weeks ago. This is over at the Park Hamilton, 205 10th Street, Unit 3F. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath loft duplex, 1,300 square feet, listed for $879,000, on the market a week. They had reduced the price of this property. It was listed at a higher price. I think it was $899, and they dropped it down to $879. But this is in the Park Hamilton building. Park Hamilton is one of the earlier condominium buildings that was built in the Hamilton Park area. It was a former factory. I believe it was converted into condominiums in like the late 80s, 88, 87 timeframe. And it basically, it is a duplex style unit. I'm sorry, the unit I'm referring to that reduced was a different one. This is not the same unit. Similar though. So 2 levels. I was not in this property. I was in a similar one in the building in a similar price point. This building does have a concierge, and they have on-site parking, which is available to rent. And that has gone under contract at 205 10th Street, the Park Hamilton, on the market a week, listed for $879, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,300 square feet. Also in downtown Jersey City, at 77 Hudson Street, you had 77 Hudson, unit 3306, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,558 square foot unit. This is the Stingray unit directly in the front of the building on the east side. List price was $2,150,000, on the market for about 52 days. So 77 Hudson, developed by K. Avnanian around 2006, 2007. It's located in the Exchange Place section, not far from Exchange Place Path and the ferry to New York. And this is an east-facing, New York City-facing unit. They call it the Stingray model because if you look at the floor plan, it looks like a Stingray. 77 Hudson, concierge building. They have a high level of amenities, outdoor pool, fitness center, large residence lounge area, 24-hour concierge, and on-site parking. And this unit has gone under contract at 77 Hudson, listed for $2,150,000. This is the other unit at 205 10th Street. I just spoke about the Park Hamilton building, and I got confused. This is unit 3G at 205 10th. This listed for $799. This one was reduced. It was in the 8s. Previously, they reduced it to $799, on the market 12 days when they changed the price. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath duplex as well, 1,300 square feet. So both units going rather quickly. I was in this property a few weeks ago, and this had a lot of architectural elements to it that were added. Very similar loft-like unit. It is a duplex. And the bedroom areas were on the second floor. And this is the main bedroom. And there's another bedroom behind this one, plus this office area. And that has gone under contract as well at the Park Hamilton. List price $799, on the market 12 days. Looking a little further north, actually, I'm not seeing anything in major large-scale buildings over in the Weehawken, West New York area. However, there are a few that sold. So a couple things in West New York that sold over at the Hudson Club, 24 Ave at Port Imperial, Unit 305. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,017 square foot unit. List price was $725. It sold for $712,500, 41 days in the market. So it sold a little under asking. Hudson Club, located at 24 and 26 Ave at Port Imperial, in the Port Imperial section of West New York. Originally an exclusive rental building, it was converted into condominiums around 2006. And it's made up of 2 separate buildings. You have access to the amenities at the Hudson Club, which include large outdoor pool, a fitness center, basketball court, residence lounge, game room. So the amenity building is a separate building that's right between 24 and 26 Ave at Port Imperial. And in this section of Port Imperial in West New York, you have Starbucks, large supermarket, Acme's there. So you don't have to like drive far to do things. There's restaurants there, but you're right by River Road if you want to go south to Weehawken or north to Edgewater. So this 2-bedroom sold for $712,500. Also, not far from the Hudson Club, you have Grandview number 2, 20 Ave at Port Imperial, Unit 329. List price was $875,000. It sold for $855,000, $20,000 under asking, 42 days in the market. Also came with parking for 1 car. This 20th Avenue of Port Imperial, Grandview number 2, developed by K. Avnanian around 2006 as well. So K. Avnanian, in this development, they built Grandview 1 and Grandview 2, so 20 and 22 Ave at Port Imperial. And they also built 9 on the Hudson, which is around the corner from this property. So they developed several locations in this neighborhood. Here you have a 2-bedroom. This building is a concierge building as well. They have an outdoor pool, large level of amenities. They have a residence lounge, fitness center, business center. So everything is on site, 24-hour concierge, as I mentioned, and you're in the Port Imperial section of West New York. Again, close to shopping, close to transportation to New York. The ferry is not very far from this community as well. And this sold for $855,000 over at Grandview number 2. All the buildings I'm discussing will be linked down below here on YouTube from my website, Living on the Hudson, where you can check out other units that may be available for sale or for rent or recent sales in the complex. Moving south to Hoboken, Hudson T Building, 1500 Hudson Street, Unit 7R. You had a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,415 square foot unit. This listed for $1,699,000. It sold $101,000 over asking for $1,800,000. 8 days on the market. So this sold over asking. And this is a 3-bedroom at the Hudson T Building. This is a western facing unit. So it looks west towards Harborside Lofts over here. And it overlooks the courtyard of the building. So this building back here is 1500 Washington Street. This is located in 1500 Hudson Street. So 1500 Hudson is an L-shaped building. 1500 Washington kind of like loops into the courtyard here. So you look into part of 1500 Washington from this building, but it sold for $101,000 over asking. The 2-bedroom plus den / 3-bedroom layouts are in very high demand in Hoboken, especially in this neighborhood. So I'm not surprised that it sold over asking. Hudson T Building has shuttle to and from Hoboken Pat Station. They have on-site fitness center and a residence lounge as well. And parking is off across the street, off-site in the large garage on the corner of 15th and Bloomfield Street. And this unit has sold at 1500 Hudson Street, Hudson T Building, 7R, for $1,800,000. There's also a alcove studio that's sold in the same building, 1500 Washington Street. So this is the building. This association has two separate buildings, 1500 Washington and 1500 Hudson. So this was in the Washington Street building, Unit 8N. Alcove studio, 735 square feet. List price was $799. It sold for $76,000 over asking for $875,000. Cash purchase on the market 3 days. So in the Hudson T building, the alcove studio layouts and the two bedrooms are the most abundant layout. I believe there's like almost 200 of these alcove studios that are in the association. And this was an updated, renovated unit. Looks like the kitchen's been updated, the countertops, as well as the flooring. And this was on the north side of 1500 Washington, so it did have the Midtown Manhattan view, and you're looking north here up to Weehawken. And when I say alcove, back here is the bedroom area. So it's an open bedroom area with a half wall. And this has sold at Hudson T, Unit 8N, for $875. Downtown Jersey City, over at 700 Grove Street, Unit 5Q. There's a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,395 square foot unit. Also came with parking for one car. On the market 6 days. This was listed for $849. It sold for $815,000 on the market a week. 700 Grove Street, developed by Toll Brothers around 2004, 2005 timeframe. I think it was finished around 2006. And this unit looks like it faced east and south. So it looks towards downtown Jersey City here and east towards New York City. Building has a shuttle to and from Hoboken Path Station. It is in Jersey City. Right across the street from this building is Hoboken. So you're on the border of Jersey City and Hoboken, but you are a Jersey City taxpayer when you live here. But the building has the shuttle to the Hoboken Path just because it's much closer. They have an on-site fitness center, residence lounge area, children's play area, and they have a common courtyard in the middle of the building and 24-hour concierge. And this is sold over at 700 Grove, listed for $849. It's sold for $815,000 on the market 1 week. And finally, over at 88 Morgan Street, I spoke previously about the development that's going to happen next to this building. You have 88 Morgan Street, unit 2206. List price was $1,196,888. It sold for $1,140,000. So it sold under asking, 28 days in the market, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,203 square feet. So this is the 06 line at 88 Morgan, which is facing directly east. South. This is a south unit. Here's the Statue of Liberty. So this is on the south side of the building. It also has a partial east view off of one of the rooms looking towards World Financial. But the 06 is south facing. The 05 line is the one that faces directly east. And that is sold at 88 Morgan for $1,140,000. And here's another 06 line, same building, just on the 10th floor, so much lower. Unit 1006 sold, listed for $999,999. It sold $50,000 over asking for $1,050,000, 17 days in the market. So same floor plan, 1,203 square feet, but just on the 10th floor, so much lower in the building. Still had the lower Manhattan view, but you're looking south here, and there's a vacant lot across the street from this building, so that's where they're going to develop this project. So link that I spoke about earlier. So I'll link all those articles down below. These videos come out every Monday discussing the Hudson County real estate market. If you have any questions about the Hudson County real estate market, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448 3766. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe down below. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.